Welcome back to Still Small Voice at the Grace Library. Take a deep breath. We're not trying to fix your thoughts. We're not trying to silence your mind. But you've probably spent enough time fighting yourself today. And maybe for the next few minutes, you can simply rest. I want to talk to you about a question I hear. Why can't I stop overthinking? Maybe you've asked it in the middle of the night when you can't sleep. You've replayed conversations you've had throughout the day, analyzed them, or predicted future disasters in the upcoming day or week. You've rehearsed arguments that never happened, or you've prepared for rejection that never even came. Maybe you've spent entire days trapped inside your own mind, and the more you try to stop thinking, the more thoughts appear. So let's talk about it. Because what if overthinking isn't actually the problem? What if it's trying to solve the problem? Most people think overthinking comes from weakness, but often it comes from protection. Your mind learned something important a long time ago. If I can think hard enough, maybe I can stay safe. If I analyze enough, maybe I won't get hurt. If I prepare enough, maybe I won't fail. If I anticipate every outcome, maybe nothing will catch me off guard. Overthinking is often the mind's attempt to create certainty, but life doesn't offer certainty, and that's why the cycle never ends. At its core, overthinking is often a search for control. The brain believes, if I can just figure this out, then I'll finally relax. But notice what happens. You think and think and think. Yet peace never arrives, because peace wasn't hiding inside the answer. Peace was hiding beneath the need for the answer. The question doesn't need solving. People spend years trying to answer questions that cannot be answered today. Will this relationship work? Will I be okay? Will things get better? Will I make the right decision? Will I heal? And because the future won't answer, the mind keeps asking again and again. But what if this moment doesn't require an answer? What if it only requires your presence? Fear rarely announces itself honestly. It doesn't say I'm scared. It says, let's think about this one more time. It disguises itself as productivity, preparation, responsibility, wisdom. But underneath all that thinking is often a frightened heart trying to feel safe. And a frightened heart doesn't need criticism. It needs compassion. Awareness notices. Obsession circles. Awareness observes. Obsession replays. Awareness gathers information. Obsession demands certainty. One creates clarity, the other creates exhaustion. Many people think they're solving problems when they're actually rehearsing fear. Fear says, what if? But grace says, what is? And fear drags you into tomorrow. Grace sits beside you right now, today. Fear says you need to figure everything out. Grace says you only need this moment. Fear wants guarantees. Grace offers presence. And presence is often what our nervous system needed all along. Right now, not tomorrow, not next month, not next year. Right now, can you feel your feet? Can you notice your breath? Can you hear the sounds around you? Can you notice that this moment is not asking you to solve your entire life? Maybe this moment only needs your attention. This moment only needs your presence. This moment is enough. What if you don't need one more answer? What if you need one more breath? What if peace isn't waiting at the end of your thoughts? What if it's waiting underneath them? You don't have to solve tomorrow tonight. You don't have to predict every outcome. You don't have to carry every possibility. You are allowed to be here. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to not know. And maybe that's where peace begins. Welcome to the still small voice. I'm so glad that you're here at the Grace Library because you can breathe here